So, had to throw a little Shakespeare in here. To replace or not to replace our hormones? Okay, that's the question, right? Synthetic hormones. Premarin. Okay, does everybody know what Premarin is? Okay, have you heard of Premarin?
I heard of it.
It's used for hormone balance. Okay, Premarin, PRE stands for pregnant. MAR stands for mares, as in a female horse. And IN stands for urine. So it's pregnant mare's urine. I'm gonna skip a slide just for fun because I put, is this you? Okay, but we're taking pregnant mare's urine and putting our body for hormone imbalance, and it's like, could we be any more insane?
That was a hot thing to do, though, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah, and it's still done. It's still done. It's just absolute madness. As I said, the sledgehammer approach. Number one, it's an animal that's not even us. Number two, they have no idea what amount that you actually need compared to what your body produces. And it's way more than your body ever needs. So here's the known side effects. And when they first started trying this, and this is always what frustrates me, and instead of admitting mistakes, they keep doing it until it's such a problem or so damaging or so many people sue them or so many people die. That's when they stop it. They don't say, oh, I guess our science was wrong, let's try something else, sorry. That never happens. It never happens. So they were excited to try this because women were having all these problems, and they said, well, if we give them estrogen, it'll help with their bone health. It'll help with their hormone balance and mood swings and all these things. It'll help with their cardiovascular system because you need estrogen for all these different functions, right? Well, here's the side effects they found out, and there's thousands of published studies on this. Osteoporosis, blood clots, increased blood pressure, rashes and acne, weight gain, heart disease and stroke. The big one, breast cancer. Absolutely know that synthetic hormones cause breast cancer. There's no question about that anymore. Depression, lupus. So those are just some of the things that we know for sure are the result of taking synthetic hormones. That's not you. So how about bioidentical? Do you have a question? No. Okay.
I know about bioidentical.
So bioidentical hormones. Okay. There's a lot of controversy over this, but the bottom line is they're compounded in a pharmacy. Okay, you don't know the pharmacist, you don't know what they're putting in it for sure, you don't know the quality of the product, and again, the bottom line is, if it has to be prescription, it's a drug, and it has to be patented for them to be able to make money off of it. Okay, so I don't trust bioidentical. For a while, they were doing bioidentical as in, it's a tricky word. Okay, because bioidentical seems natural, but what they were doing with bioidentical is they were taking phytoestrogens or plant-based estrogens, they were looking at the chemical compound and the chemical makeup of them, and they were reproducing it in the laboratory. So they were saying, well, this is the same, because we made this the same. It's the same thing they do with all that other the junk vitamins people take in Centrum and all that stuff. They just recreate it in the laboratory and say, this is nature, it's the same thing. Well, no. It's not, and we know that. So, bioidentical, compounded in a pharmacy. You know, how do you know it's natural? Provera, you know, that's a kind of a bioidentical progesterone cream that they have out there. I wouldn't trust it. And this is just kind of relating back to what I said before about the medical industry. You know, just now, doctors are saying, oh, you need good fats. You need fats. Take fish oil. People in natural health have been saying that for 40 years. And the doctors just started saying that a year ago. So do we want to wait another 40 years to find out if synthetic and bioidentical hormones are dangerous before we look at other alternatives, other options? what are they giving you? Estrogen or progesterone? They're giving a lot of women estrogen when, in fact, what they need is progesterone. And we'll talk about that. So the dangers of hormone replacement. First thing is, menopause is not a disease, it's life. You don't need hormones. They're using it as like part of their business plan. Okay, women, she's going through menopause, let's give her some drugs, let's give her some hormones. And they're just pumping these things out. But menopause is not a disease, it's not an illness, it's just a life change. And the symptoms related to menopause, you don't have to have them. Okay? In Japan and China, they didn't even have a word for menopause. They went through it, because all women go through it, but they didn't have hot flashes and night sweats and mood swings and cramps and all this stuff. They didn't even have a word for it until the introduction of Western influence and fast food and all those things, and they started getting all the same problems we did. They never ever used to have those issues at all. Again, it's a sledgehammer approach. They have no idea how much hormone you need in a synthetic form versus what your body produces naturally. And what they found is what the body produces naturally is actually pretty minimal. I mean, it's enough what your body needs, but it's not a lot. And so they're giving you these hormones, and they're, like I said, they could be 10, 100, 1,000 times more than your body's used to. It's going to throw everything out of whack. I don't know if anyone's experienced that or wants to share anything. If anybody wants to share anything regarding any of this, your personal experiences, please do, you know.
So like okay, so they give you blood tests to find out what the levels are.
Right,
So,
which is a horribly inaccurate test to begin with.
okay, I wondered how, what you felt about that. And then after that, they prescribe whatever they think. So that's just all bogus then, huh?
Well, it's not all bogus. The thing is we know that there's hormone imbalances. There's reasons that we have hormone imbalances. So they think they're trying to fix it.
Yeah.
But what they don't understand is that, first of all, the body's a lot more complicated than their science is ever going to be. You know, and they don't have it figured out. They're guessing when they guess on how much of what to give you.
Like
It's
the
a
saliva
total
test.
guessing game. That's why they change it so often. They
Yeah.
change the amount. They change the dosage. Let's try something different. Because they're just guessing.
Let's try this one.
What's
That's
that?
what the doctor said to me. Let's try this one.
Yeah.
Yes.
See what happens.
And yeah, and then you put another. And then a couple of months is going something wrong and go back again and you say, okay, let's try this one. Let's see how this one. You come in a month or two and let's see how it's going. That is.
Yeah. And you'll never break out of that cycle,
That kind
man.
of sounds like an experiment.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like a
Well,
guinea
and then when
pig.
you get home, you make your own experiments. Well, this seems like a lot, so maybe I'll just do this
Just
every
right,
other
right,
day.
every
Right.
day.
And then
Yeah.
I start messing with it. Well, maybe I don't
Right.
need it at all. And then it's like, okay, guess I need these.
Yeah.
It's like sleeping in a meat locker in my house.
Another big issue with taking anything synthetic, and that includes any kind of thyroid hormone or estrogen or progesterone or anything, it's going to cause atrophy of your glandular system. Atrophy means to shrink. Okay? So if you're on any of those, if you're on progesterone, if you're on thyroid medication, it's going to cause your glandular system, basically your glandular system says, okay, there's plenty of hormone in my body, I don't need to do anything. Especially with the synthetics, because again, there's so much more than the body's used to or that the body produces, that gland just completely shut down. I mean, how many people have known somebody on thyroid medication that every year they increase the dosage? Has anybody experienced that?
I am being in thyroid medication years.
Uh-huh.
And it's always the same. Actually, they decrease one time.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You must be healthy.
Actually, well, I noticed the difference that the thing, okay, that was start when I found out I had pre-diabetic.
Mhm.
So they gave me the thyroid medication, the urgent control pill, the
Mhm.
control pill, and the metformin.
Right.
And I don't remember this water pill.
Mm.
All that thing. Well, I was searching about, and yes, it's all related.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I feel changes, and I better than before.
Right.
With all that stuff, but I want to find a natural way.
Sure.
You know?
Sure. And then same thing. It's you're going to be reliant on it long term, and that's obviously what the drug companies want. They want you to have to take their drug the rest of your life. That's how they make money. So